Japanese turn 4, we're starting with purchases. So we have 2 destroyers, 4 merchant ships, 2 fighters, 1 mech, and 1 tank for a total of 68, and I have improved shipyards. So that's why I can purchase what I've just purchased. Now we're going to move on to the non-combat, now we're moving on to the combat phase. So we're going to start moving our fleet. So we've got in C-Zone 20, we have a transport and a destroyer and an infantry. We're picking up, so I'll do this one first. The destroyer is moving through Guam, Palau, picking up an infantry, and we're doing an assault invasion of the Caroline Islands, accompanied by this destroyer. 1, 2, 3. Next, we have a whole bunch of fighters moving. So we're going to start with the fighters on the carriers. They're going to be so 1 fighter, 1 tactical moving from. These are all from C-Zone 20. So the first one, 1 fighter, 1 tactical moving to C-Zone 35. That's attacking the cruiser. Then we've got 1 fighter, 1 tactical moving to C-Zone 36, which is attacking the destroyer. Then we've got 2 tactical flying to C-Zone 44, which is where the honking battleship and American task force is. Next, we have that large Air Force in Quang-Si. So we have a bomber going to 42, which is where the American task force is. We've got a fighter, 1 tactical going to C-Zone 43. This is all from Quang-Si. 43 is where that Borneo is. Fighter and a tactical. We've got 1 bomber. I apologize. I said something and then I didn't do what I just said. So we have 1 bomber going to C-Zone 43 and 1 bomber going to C-Zone 42. So here's the one in 42, which is going to attack the merchant ship. And then there's the other one in 44. Okay, for Yunnan, we have, moving Yunnan here, we have 1 artillery and 1 infantry attacking Burma. We have 1 infantry, 1 artillery attacking Kwashao. In Henan, we have 1 mech going to Sichuan from Hunan. We have 1 tank going to Kishwao. Hopei, we have 1 infantry going to Qingxi, Shenxi. And then the other artillery moving to Kishao. In Kiangsi, we have a tank and 2 mech. They're all going to Kishao. C-Zone 6, we have, that's the non-combat move. So I'll be moving in C-Zone 6 those units in the non-combat move. I've got a white, you can see where the white is, that's where I'm planning on moving. As well as I'm going to be moving that artillery out of Manchuria, but again, that's non-combat move. So just doing a quick scan just to make sure I've captured everything. Okay, I've done everything for, okay, here we go. I knew I'd forgotten something. So in Kiangsi, I have 3 fighters and 1 tactical, and they're all moving to 44, down where the American battleship is. So there we have it. So that is all our combat moves. So we'll do the first one, which is invasion of the Caroline Islands. There's nothing there, so that one is successful. Then down in Java, there's a bomber coming in, and there's a submarine and a merchant ship. So the submarine can't do anything to the airplane, so the ship is sunk. So now we'll do the simple combats with the small number of ships with planes. 1 second. So the one I'm going to resolve first is the tactical and the fighter against the destroyer in 36. So the tactical and the fighter. So first the tactical is a miss, and the fighter is a miss, and the destroyer fires back. Destroyer misses. The tactical does a hit, so the destroyer is gone, and the destroyer fires back, and the destroyer, ouch, hit something. So that's the combat resolved in Hainan. Now we're going to do the one against the Australian cruiser in Sea Zone 37. So again, we've got a tactical, misses, fighter, misses, this cruiser fires back, the cruiser hits. So the tactical fires again, hits, this time sinks the cruiser, and the cruiser fires back and misses, so the cruiser is destroyed. So that's the one in Sea Zone 35. And now the one against Sea Zone 43 in Borneo. So we have a destroyer and a transport, so the transport of course doesn't do anything. So we're going to do again tactical first is a miss, and the fighter is a miss. The destroyer fires back, the destroyer misses. Tactical again, okay, tactical hits, destroyer fires back, and the destroyer hits. These guys are putting up a good fight. So the destroyer and the transport are both sunk, and I lose a fighter. So that's the combat in Borneo. So we've done these 2 areas. Okay, so now we're going to do the combat in Sea Zone 44. So I'm going to put that on the battle board. So that's a battleship, 2 cruisers, and a transport. So just setting it up here. So we have a bomber. We have 3 tactical and 3 fighters, so of course they match up. And then against the battleship and 2 cruisers. Here we go. And now rolling the dice. So we have a total of 1 bomber, 3 tactical, so that's 4. So that's 3 hits. So 1, 2, and then the battleship is damaged. 3 hits, and now 3 fighters coming in. That's 3 fighters attacking. And they're sunk. So all the ships are sunk. However, they get to fire back. So the battleship is at 4. This battleship scores a hit, and the cruisers are firing. And so that's a total of 3 hits. Ouch again. So all the fleet sunk, including the transport, but I lose 3 aircraft, so I take those 3 aircraft off. Put that back on the board. So now the transport isn't so lonely anymore. And that is all the combat. So now, oh, sorry, no. We have 2 more land combat. So here we have in Burma, we have infantry and artillery. So we're going to fire for those. That's at 2. So the Japanese get a hit and destroy the unit in Burma. And they fire back and they miss. So that's the combat in Burma. And now we're going to do the combat in Quenchao. So I'm going to put that on the board. So putting on the Americans, or Chinese, sorry. Chinese are 2s, all 2s, 3 infantry, 2 artillery, versus 1 tactical paired with a tank, so that's 4, 2 tanks, and 2 mech paired with 2 artillery, and then 1 artillery on its own. So now we're going to roll. So we're going to roll for the tactical first. Tactical scores a hit. Roll for the 2 tanks. 1 tank scores a hit. And I've got 4 at 2. And that's 3 hits, so that's everything. So now the Chinese fire back. So they've got 5 at 2. And they score 2 hits. So I'm going to take off 1 artillery and 1 mech. And that's it for that combat. Put these back on the board. Okay, so this mech, Sichuan, takes over that territory. This infantry takes over Shenxi. There's a victory in Queshao. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, so now we're going to do the non-combat. So destroyer at C-Zone 6 goes to C-Zone 16. The submarine at C-Zone 6 goes to the Caroline Islands. The bomber in C-Zone 42 goes back to Guangxi. All the aircraft carriers and everything else in C-Zone 20 go to the Caroline Islands. And going back to land, there are 4 fighters in Japan, so they're flying down to the Caroline Islands. There's there's a dive bomber in C-Zone 35. It's going to Caroline. There is a fighter, or sorry, another tactical in C-Zone 36 that's flying. That also goes to the Caroline Islands. And we have returning tactical from 43, C-Zone 43 to Quangsi. Returning tacticals, the bomber from everything that attacked C-Zone 44, which is 1 bomber, 2 tacticals, and 1 fighter. They're all going back to Quangsi. The transport is getting you-know-what out of there. So it's going from C-Zone 44 to C-Zone 20. And the anti-aircraft gun's going to Korea. Anti-aircraft gun in Manchuria is going to Korea. And we have the 2 planes in Korea are flying 1, 2, 3. They're going to go to Guam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 2 planes in Tokyo are moving down to Guam. Okay, so now we do an IPC count. So we lost, we had 63, and then we went down 8. So let's see if we captured 8 back. So we captured Sichuan is 1, Shichao is 2, Qingxi is 3. So I captured 3 back. So we are down 5. So last time we had 63, and I don't have the money island, so I don't get the bonus. So we're down 5. So that leaves 58 IPCs for the Japanese. And now it's time to put the build on. So for my build, transports are going to go to C-Zone 6, and the destroyer is going to go to C-Zone 6. The the mech and the tank go to Quangsi, the factory there. And then the 2 fighters also go in Tokyo on the airfield. So that concludes my combat. So we have Caroline Islands occupied by the Japanese. I don't believe that's any points. No, that's not worth any points. And then we've taken Burma back. Okay, that's it. I hope I haven't made any mistakes. If so, please let me know in the chat. Take care. Bye-bye.